Good morning, DXN. This is Dr. Firdaus from Malaysia. All right, today is going to be our product session in English. So I had a lot of requests from people asking to talk about healing crises, because they find that there are a lot of healing crises. And this has been a little difficult for people to understand. Why does the healing crisis come, and how does these things to be managed and all. So I came to a conclusion. I'm going to run one of my old slide. Okay, so this is slide which which been used like a couple of years back, based on how is the human system. We got to understand that part first, because a lot of people do not know the power of the human system and how effective it is and how good it is. Okay, so let's go on the sessions, and then please prepare all your questions. Okay, put it in the chat pod. The more question we get is going to be fantastic, because this is a learning ground. All right, the purpose of this Zoom is practically for us to learn a lot of things. If I'm going to get a question which I don't know the answer, that you are doing a very big favor for me to know something new. So in fact, when I'm doing this Zoom, every day we are learning a lot of things. So it's like a two-way session. Please help me to learn more things by your questions, and also with a lot of your sharings and from the testimonies and all. It's very highly appreciated. Okay, brief introduction about DXN. DXN is a 28-year-old company. It is a platform of network marketing, one of the most beautiful platform, helping people to get healthy and also wealthy as well, in a very legitimate way. Okay, and then DXN is a global operation. We are based in Malaysia, in Alor, and global operation established in 230 over countries. How is that possible in 28 years? Sorry, 28 years. Because this is simply, the product is such a beautiful product. Every single living human being needs the product in daily use basis. That is where the power of the product is just back to back, helping every single human being to rejuvenate a new health. I would say this is a must for everyone to have this, because now in this modern world, so-called modern world, we have extensive challenge. Okay, there are a lot of gadgets, a lot of food, which is making us drowning literally, and we are getting ripping our health off, and then we're becoming very unhealthy. So we are very blessed to have this DXN as a platform. So now we're going to go into this session where why Ganoderma is essential, but at the same time I'm going to talk about human system as well. Okay, in this session what we're going to do here is we're going to know practically the essential needs of Ganoderma, and what is human disease, what is disease related, and how human system fail, current medical system, and damages caused by medicine, and why Ganoderma and Ganoderma is essential. So let's look at human and disease. Okay, human is mental and spiritual. The mental and spiritual is practically, it is not God. A lot of people's understanding, when you say the word spiritual, that means they think it is which is related to God. But for me, for my opinion, it is more about sharing and caring. This is about giving. Okay, that is on the love. All right. So here what we see, the pyramid of energy, this is spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. So this is how the whole human system's energy flowing is going on. So here we see how this disease come. Okay, you are made of 50 to 100 trillion cells. Okay, your thoughts and your diet affects every single cell. And when we always talk about mind, brain is something that is situated at the top of your session here, which is inside the head. There is the brain. Brain is just a coordinating device, is an organ which is a coordinating and managing the entire system. And where is the mind? Mind is in every single cell. Mind can be anywhere. Okay, this is the difference with two. Body the mind and cannot be separated. Okay, so where is the mind? A lot of people's understanding towards this is very, very shallow, because they do not know what is the mind and brain. When most of the time in my talks, I ask people, where is the mind? They say the mind is in the head. And where is the brain? And they say the brain also is there. Mind is brain, brain is mind. No, it's totally different. Brain is an organ. Mind is not an organ. Mind is in every single cell, and it can be anywhere. Okay. So holistic approach is a must. You see, anger, weakness of a liver, worry affects the stomach, fear hurts the kidney. How can a fear can hurt a kidney? Okay, that's where when you have the fear, immediately people tends to pass urine. Okay, that is reflecting kidney and gallbladder, urine bladder, and this is how you go. When you get angry, okay, and the liver gets effects in, and liver cirrhosis and all these things. When you worry, when you get very worried, you might not have hunger to eat, or you might not feel no appetite. Some another way around may have a lot of appetite and they may want to eat more. Okay, grief, weakness of lung, and there it goes on and on every reflecting organs. Okay, medical system now has been disease mongering. Okay, sad to say that, but this is the reality of where overdoing things. Too many things is been applied and been overdoing, because this is what we call technology. The so-called technology things is been like overdoing. They do not allow the human system to do what it got to do. Okay, so let me just put it on. Okay, so dangerous drugs, too many drugs now it's been implemented. Now people are debating too much of conspiracy going on vaccinations, COVID-19 and all these stuffs, and we have a lot of drugs being manufactured with extensive side effects. Drugs companies, bribery, hazardous hospitalization, and surgery of 20% of surgical unnecessary cost. See, 20% of the surgery, maybe more, maybe less, it is avoidable. Okay, on my side the volume, let me adjust the volume. Okay, it's going to be too hard for you all to listen, I guess, because it's going to be too loud for some of you all. If the volume is too loud, put your side lower. I'm going to put maximum on my side. Okay, so
Doctor, if your volume is okay, doctor, I think maybe the other...
Yeah, the other sides, increase your volume, please, because my volume is maximum. It might... okay, let's go from here.
No, reduce it, doctor, be very loud, doctor.
Too loud, huh?
Too loud.
That's why my side is, I'm putting it under auto adjust, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, you see, surgical is 20% of surgical, and there is chance to avoid it. But apparently now everything has to be surgical intervention is being applied, because who is the good surgeon? A good surgeon is someone who knows when not to do surgery, not a surgeon who does surgeries on every practical things, and that is not a good surgeon. A good surgeon who knows when not to do surgery. Okay, so you see, this is another issue. Whenever medical doctors go on strike, and this is a statistic is proven, you all can Google, most interesting phenomena is death rate goes down. In 1976 in Bogota, Colombia, medical doctors went on strike on 52 days. The death rate went down up 35%. In 76, Los Angeles, the similar things happened, 18% gone down, and then in 73, 50% gone down. So you see, we are not here to debate or look down at the medical industries, but what I'm trying to tell you all is too much of overdoing in the hospitals. This is really causing mortality. But at the same time, I do not blame the medical industry or the doctors, because human system is such a complex system. So this is our responsibility. A lot of people want to have a quick fix. They go to the hospital in the condition where it's not fixable, and then they're expecting for something big. We as a medical doctor do not cure disease, we manage disease. Always remember, when you go with a very complicated diabetic, we manage the diabetic. The diabetic cure or reversible condition is in your hand. Even the heart or any kind of asthmatic and all. But when you go in an asthmatic or anaphylactic shock, we can manage it. We can make you relieve, we can make you put it on oxygen, make you comfortable. But after that, it is your health is in your hand, where you have to go back and find a remedy to make it much better from that condition. So human system is a bioelectrical system. We have electrical. So how and where does the electrical system comes? You see, the heart has an SA node, and all this is where we put a pacemaker, we put in a battery, and where, because you need to produce electrical. But where does this electrical come from? Okay, so your body, creates electricity in a very, very small. So the electric comes from the food you eat. You see, this is real food. In the chart you can see essential elements of plant grows, micronutrition and macronutrition. This is the carbon, and this is where the body takes all these components and make the electric. Okay, the body does not look or ask for burger, hot dog, hamburger, thair sadam, or all this kind of stuff, carbonated stuff. The body, what it needs is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and so many other different types of nutrition. This is what the body needs. But are we really feeding the body with what the body needs? That is the big question. Mineral and vitamin interaction. We think the body is such an maybe not a smart engine. Okay, we are smart, doctors are smart. No, you see, the body is very complex, and you see, one selenium has extensive a connection. Okay, if you can see here, the connection from every single vitamin, and it goes haywire, and it's have very, very high interaction with every of the different types of minerals and proteins and all. But this kind of reaction, there is millions of reactions taking place in every second. This is unmeasurable, because it changes based on your emotion, your reaction, what you see, and when you sleep is different, when you get hungry is different, and is totally different. When you drink a glass of water, the whole chemical reaction change. When you eat a banana, it change. So it cannot be measured. That's why nobody talks about all this stuff. Okay, so, and this is what the current modern, so-called modern food, this is what people know when you talk about food. This is food. Okay, this looks such an temptation. People will have dripping slavery and all, and when you eat this, and this is how you become. Okay, look at that. This is how a lot of people looks like nowadays. They are very springy. They have been like voluptuous. They don't call people nowadays fat, they call it, I'm a little voluptuous. I don't know what is the meaning of voluptuous. This is exactly fat. I call that like fat butter block. I'm not offending anyone. Anybody was to be in this shape, please take action and act on your condition. Okay, don't try to have this sympathy rhymes and all. Okay, dangerous of toxin. This is all called toxin accumulation, and this food here, what we are taking, is extensively no nutrition here. There's nothing, maybe about 5% something the body can find. But what is comes here in is abundant. There is no protein, no mineral, is totally sugar. Okay, and this is what is called toxin. Toxin is the major issue. So when you're going to remove toxins, what's going to happen? You see, the problem with toxins comes from blurred vision, memory loss, acid reflux, increased risk of breast cancer, back pain, okay, and irritable bowel, IBS, increased bowel colon cancer, lower testosterone, joint inflammation, stiffness, unexplained weight gain. All this what's happening, low testosterone level. We having erectile dysfunction issue is one of the global, I would say, pandemic. Okay, but nobody talks about it. This is something very silent. Nobody will agree, or nobody wants to come out and say they have erectile dysfunction issue. Why? This is their pride. Okay, but a lot of things. I also do family counseling. I have a lot of reasons of family breakups due to ED, okay, rectal dysfunction. Okay, this is how a bad colon looks like a lorry ran over colon. Okay, this is so badly damaged. Okay, and a good healthy colon looks like on the left side, and the right side, this is what happens. Do you think if you have a unhealthy colon, what is in the image on the right side of your, do you think it is fixable? I don't think so. Okay, you don't come to this condition. If a lot of people have in this condition, like people who is obese, having an extra big round belly, very big, in the age of 60, 65, this is how the condition of the colon. And I don't know how to fix this colon. Okay, I wish we could buy a spare part and just change like that, but is that possible? Human system is an alkaline system, but we are very close to acidity. I spoke about this a couple of times. We're supposed to be 7.5, but now what happens, we are very close to 5.5, around here, but we do not go anything very acidic here, because only dead body goes to acidic. But when we take all the junk stuffs, your body starts to buffer and push your body to alkaline, bring it to 7 something, 8, 7, and that is always, it keeps running, the bodies keep running to the acidic. So what happens is, when your system is so much into acidic, you tend to gain weight, you will start to retain weight. You see, I do a lot of fat management, okay, but how? The core is the management of alkalinity and acidity, and this is what I said, Ganoderma has the most alkaline food. The food you're taking, which is coming extensively, extreme acidic food you are consuming every day. So what happens? The cells tends to jacket fat and it's retained fat. You see, when people go into dieting, it may be 3 months or 4 months. 4 months is greater or sustaining the weight which you lost in 4 months, which is going to keep it. You have to sustain until the day you die, which is going to be longer duration. Losing weight is a longer duration, or managing the weight is going to be the longer duration. Obviously, managing the weight or sustaining the weight is going to be greater. So diet do not work for losing weight. It may look, if somebody wants to get married in 4 months, they go on a crash diet, they use all kind of bombastic stuffs to lose weight. After the wedding finish, after 2 years, they lost 10 kg, they may gain back 30 kg. They might be like the picture I showed you earlier. After the wedding or 3 years later, this is what you want. So the body become extremely. So the root cause here is what? Okay. So medicine versus Ganoderma. A lot of people do not understand this part also. Okay, please pay attention. You may just take a screenshot or take a picture if you can. See, specific reasons. Medication and Ganoderma is not the same. It's highly therapeutic effect, which Ganoderma comes under category of super functional food. There is no specific reasons we do not treat disease. Ganoderma do not treat disease, where medicine it treats. There has specific reason. Have side effect. Obviously, Ganoderma does not have side effect. There is no dosage in Ganoderma. In medicine, they have dosage, specific duration, time, and all. Work only for illness, not for prevention. But the sad part is, even now medication is given for prevention, especially like for cholesterol. Okay, so Ganoderma is a food and it has preventive measures and also improving immunity modulator. Okay, there is also cross chemical reaction, many cross chemical reactions, side effects comes on medication. There is no cross chemical reaction and with any other medicines or any other food. Ganoderma is a super functional food. The best doctor in us is our human system, but we have to treat it as the best doctor, and we also have to give the due respect to the human system as the best doctor, not by just saying in words human system is the best doctor and then they are dumping with abundance of rubbish into the system. Our body is the best doctor, it has the ability to cure disease. with their natural immune system. Okay, chronic disease are caused by imbalance of body function. High toxin accumulation in the systems is ripping the whole system off. This is what we need, and this is what we born with: fresh air, good movement in terms of exercise, proper intake of water, rest, good diet, and sunshine. A lot of people do not like sun nowadays because they think they might go dark. Okay, if you're born dark, you're dark. If you're born fair, you're fair. Okay, there is no way that you can change your color. Okay, so how Ganoderma works, you see, it works directly on the body, not on the disease. Ganoderma got nothing to do. The only one best mechanism to fix disease is your immunity and your system. Okay, that is what it goes. It fixes imbalance and not disease. When the system is fixed, this is where you will start to have a lot of reaction. That comes to the reaction part here. The king of herb. Okay, the king of herb. First, you see, when there is no any other food will able to give you such a high therapeutic effect. 5 stages here. First stages, it starts to scanning. It goes in when you start to take Ganoderma, it starts to scan and it starts to regulate body function. It reflects of several reaction in the body, and it does a lot of waking up calls for the system. Second, it does the cleansing. So the scanning to the cleansing, it may take 6 months to 1 year. Okay, sometimes when your body condition is so bad, it might do scanning even for 6 months and above. And when it comes to the condition of cleansing, that is where it starts to detoxification. Detoxification starts to happen, where it starts to remove. Then on the third stage, after that, maybe after 1.5 years, it will start to regulating. That's where, after finish cleaning up the whole system, the Ganoderma will start to regulate the body. It starts to rebuild back. Okay, the duration of rebuilding back, sometimes it takes more, closer to 2 years if your condition of your body is really bad. So a lot of people expecting fast results. They want something to happen. So sometimes when people buy this RGGL spirulina, they always ask, how fast can I see reaction? The answer for that is, I don't know. It's depend on your body condition. Then the fourth stage, it goes on building, rebuilding back. Okay, if first it does the scanning, and then it does this cleaning part, and then it regulates back the entire system, and then it all starts to rebuild. The rebuilding can be in the range of 1.5 years later, and then regenerating. You see, so there is a lot of stage, and all these stages depends on your body condition. If your body is extremely bad and you're very elder, your age is very senior citizen, the age of say 60, 70, 80, obviously the time going to be even greater. Okay, so this is what it happens. Then when every single time when it goes in, you starts to have scanning, you will start to have pain here and there, because this is a waking up call at the location where it starts to scan. Sometimes you must start to have a lot of oral ulcers. So this indicates you have weakness in your colon area, in your stomach area, in your colorectal area. So sometimes when we throw in the RG and GL, we tends to get a lot of good things. It will start to scan, and it will pop up. A lot of other hidden disease in the system will start to pop up. Okay, you might have a kind of funny pain on your lower abdomen and things like that. A lot of people had this kind of problem. When after they go and do the routine check, they found out they have cancer, they have tumor, they have block. Even some patients, when they start to take RGGL, when they chew, so I always ask the heart person, any heart patients, when they come, they ask them to chew 3 RG, 3 GL, and they will start to have pain in their chest, discomfort feeling in the chest. So that shows they have some issue in the heart. Okay, this is one way to know the condition of the heart. And then this is where the reflex this is the healing crisis. And then it comes on, goes, and then it come and go, it come and go. So when it comes to this cleansing session, okay, you tends to have diarrhea. Sometimes it might go diarrhea for 1-2 days, and then it may stop, and then after about a month it may start back again. So the condition of the system is very complicated, and we cannot explain why. I'm sharing my experience, what I have been observed. Okay, DXN is 28 years, and even now we go and ask Dr. Lim, can you explain or talk about this healing crisis? He said, I cannot, because healing crisis never been the same. It been changing, keep changing. Okay, so and then it goes to the cleansing, and that's where he starts to remove. When you're extracting something out, even the pain can be greater. Okay, you all got to know a best reaction of a cell is, even it is good, it is pain, it is bad, it is also pain. So the reaction of the cell is pain. So whenever you take Ganoderma, you have pain in certain areas. That is a very, very good sign. That shows that this is attending to the problem. So please, when you share these products with anyone, please educate them, because they are very innocent. They do not know about this. So it's our duty, our responsibility to educate them, to keep them updated. So that is the best dosage for RGGL and Spirulina. Is Spirulina, you can start them with 5 or 6 or 10, whatever they want. For the RG and GL, it's always start with 1, and then 1 week, and the second week go with 2, and then it goes with 3, 4, 5, 6, or you can go 1, 2, 4, 6. See, today I met a person. Okay, this guy is doing very well in his business. He met me first 2016. So he took RGGL, Spirulina and all, but what happens, he had healing crisis, he stopped. So in 2018, he had another condition, problem. He just came to me, and then he checked again, and then he bought another set, and also the same thing gave him a healing crisis. And then he stopped and he never take it, and then now today he came back again. And when I checked him, his system since 2016 to 2021, his deterioration level is 58%. In heart condition has deteriorated 58%, because one of his very top business is his top producer, okay, in his business network. He is 46 years old, and 2 days back he died of heart attack. So is the person who died, okay, the person who passed away, he was telling, is so sad, his income, and that guy also is a producer. He said he is a very, very dynamic leader, okay, and his production is extremely good, and his income was 28,000 last month. So he's really working hard, but he neglected his health. Okay, he wakes up at 5 o'clock morning and start to send people wishes, good wishes and all this stuff. And then that's why I asked him, he wakes up at 5, and what time does he sleep? And he also sends message at 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock he sends message, and 5 to 6 he sends another message. Most probably he has been straining his body too much, and this is what has caused him death, and things will speed up to shut down because of no resting. So what is the point? Having a lot of money and then neglect the health. That's why in DXN we always talk, the first rules here is health, and then only comes your wealth, and then the happiness. So he came today and he checked himself. He said he felt something he needs to check. The body is sending him a message, that's what he claims, and there is 58% reduction in his health performance in 2016 to 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, we are growing older, we are not getting any younger. So when we born, we always born in a perfect condition. Okay, when years goes by, we are dumping in a lot of toxin to our system. Over the years, in 60 years, 70 years, 40 years, our health condition will start to go down. So it's our responsibility to keep it in a good condition. We try as much as possible, especially in DXN. I believe we can see the light in the tunnel. If we do not have DXN, I don't think I will have a good health. Okay, most probably I'll be overweight and having a couple of clinics and popping medications, because people will convince us, because when you get old you must take medications, you must take this, must take that as part of life. And this is how the whole technology works in informations and all. So when you have to do this regulating and all, this is where the reflection, the sign and symptoms will come, which is called healing crisis. The biggest challenge for every DXNS is to handle the healing crisis in a right way, because people are very fragile nowadays. They want a quick fix without any pain, any cause of any damage. The moment they pop in something, they needs to be like, wow, like they can see colors of rainbows, birds singing and things like that. They want like that. That will never happen. You have to explain to them. And when they start to regulating, they also will start to have pains and this and that. And rebuilding, when you're building back the cells, the body cells and all, also you'll start to have a lot of signs signaling this and that. And when you're doing regenerating, and that's where in the stage of 6 you might have a little comfort and you might feel good. Okay, all this 6 process, how long does it take? It depends on the system. A minimum for anyone who is even healthy to obtain the level of 6 or level of 5, you may take about 2 years. Remember, 2 years. If your condition is so bad, you are an alcoholic, you smoke, you have very hectic work life, and your the whole social life, your mental, spiritual body and everything is not balanced, it may even take 5 years and above. So please, okay. But we have a lot of other areas where we talk about, like Sunya therapies and all these kind of breathing techniques, with the Ganoderma, change of lifestyle, what food is good, what is not good, inflammatory food. Then you follow this, I believe that you can able to have a good result in 2 years time. Okay, the future is holistic. Always remain love, give love and care for others. This is the most important. Okay, care for every of the single living souls on this earth. It can be even a plant, it can be an animal, it can be a human. Every religion preach what? To be a better human. That is the ultimate of a religion. Okay, but people, it may be any religion. Okay, the Sunya therapy, what we are teaching is a resetting of mind, and it is nothing to do with religions. Do not misunderstand. This is what it is nothing to do with. There's no belief, there's no teaching, there's no following any scriptures and nothing. It is just a matter of reversing the mind into natural. You see, the ultimate of a meditation or a yogas and everything, all kind of stuff, is to bring your mind into one place in one dot. So the Sunya therapy worked a lot of people who cannot have good sleep, mind wobbling and all these things. When you were to reset back your mind in the reverse counting, it gives you a lot of beautiful results. Okay, and also the breathing techniques. Okay, a couple of times we spoke about these breathing techniques, where we will have a complete session. You see, it is very simplified. You may follow whatever current breathing techniques you're doing. Maybe it could be in yoga, could be in a Raja Yoga, whatever stuff. Make sure you breathe through your nose, not through mouth. Simple as that. But there is a lot of breathing techniques in the market out there. They need information in Google, in yoga and all. But whatever techniques you are using, through nose, not through mouth. Okay, simple as that, because there is science behind this. Okay, and we will talk about this science another day, because I think now I already spoke almost about 30 minutes. So there is a science behind this because of nitrous oxide. So the nitrous oxide is something very, very important for the human system. Go and do some homework when we study about this, and then later when we talk about this, you all can have a lot of good questions to ask on this nitrous oxide. Okay, so I think we come to the end session. So healing crisis is something happens due to fixing the body. Okay, remember, pain is the only signal given by every cell. It's showing that it is getting well. If you are damaging the cells, if the cells is dying, it also will signal pain. If the cells are recovering, rejuvenating, it comes to a new beautiful cell, it also will reflect signal as pain. So remember, pain is a good sign. So work on it, bear with it. So the only way to reduce the pain is manage the dosage as how you want or the person want. So if they're taking 6, they get a lot of pain, reduce to 3 for a week and then go back to 6 again. And if you see if the pain comes back again, reduce it again. This is how you manage the dosage. And then after that, if you're comfortable with it, you obtain or you already get the goal of what you want, then no problem, you can continue. So healing crisis is something very different, very unique, and every individual may have different healing crisis. So that's why if you can record down, if you have any funny healing crisis, please record that down or take it down and share it with all the DXNers globally. So this will be an extreme help for every one of us. Okay, that's why some, for the gastric people, when they take spirulina, they will have a lot of stomach issue. So especially the one who has very poor digestion system. So I always will tell them, take it immediately after food. Okay, some when they take coffee, they have different kind of reaction. Okay, so this reaction is something very difficult to measure or to predict. So we have to give. So sometimes when people say I have kind of funny pain here, just give him 3-RG 3GL and you see how is the pain increasing or decreasing, because this Ganoderma does scanning. So in this period of scanning, in 30 days or 60 days, even may take 6 months, we will able to know what exactly is the issue. Okay, so we will one day do the advanced gynotherapy session, okay, via Zoom. Okay, but with a lot of preparation need to be done, and from there we can take to a different understanding. A lot of people may understand it better. Okay, so Mr. Nixon.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, we already come to the end. Any questions may ask or unmute, for Q&A session.
Yeah, doctor. I think no question in the chat box yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we directly can ask any questions now. We can unmute. Okay, raise your hand.
Yeah, please unmute and ask questions. If you all have. Okay, if you all have any sharings on healing crisis, you all may share with us, because healing crisis is something very challenging, and you really have to handle this in a good way, and then you may able to sustain or convince people, because people are extremely fragile nowadays. They will say they're already coming with pain, and on top of this thing is going to give more pain, so what we can't help it, because sometimes it's like that. Okay,
Dr. Pawan is raised his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Pawan, you can unmute and ask the question.
Unmute. Okay. Right. A very good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, doctor.
Yeah. I just want to ask about this healing crisis. Yeah. So let's say, for example, earlier you said that even sometimes when they drink coffee, they
Yeah.
can experience certain kind of pain. And by giving RG and GL, wouldn't the pain increase? That is my first question. And eventually they will stop drinking the coffee that they started with? Or would it be better to give something milder so that the pain is actually modulated? For example, like give them Morinze or add Androgy or, just give them more GL, because at the end of the day, what happens is, especially for newcomers, once they get this kind of discomfort, because when they come in, the faith level in the product is like 50-50. Yeah. And then once they experience something which they consider negative, instead of going through or going with our advice, they tend to withdraw. So how do you keep them and just ensure and encourage that they keep on taking? And then once their confidence level is built, and then you start giving them, RG and things like that. What would you recommend? Thank you.
Okay. A very good question. See, my suggestion here is always what I do is I start them with one RG and one GL. Okay, that is good because it's very low dosage, one and one, and then you just start them with one for 1 week or 2 weeks. That is up to them. For patients who have very bad stomach, they have very bad digestion issues, they bloated stomach, they've come with a lot of wind and a lot of headache and throwing out and all. Yes, this person has very bad stomach issues, so put them on whatever enzymes you want to recommend, Morinzi, Morinzyme, Lion's Mane and all, no problem, but give one RG, one GL. So this one RG and one GL generally will not aggravate the healing crisis to very bad condition. Okay, if it does, okay, say one RG and one GL giving extreme reaction, and that shows is a good sign, at least we will know the condition of the body is very bad condition, so at least we will be able to attend later, we already know. So then you can put in the enzymes and then continue the RGGL, and then after a week may add another one and see how it goes. Then after the third week continue with another one as well. Okay, I believe if we explain this to the people who have health condition, they will able to understand this part. Okay, coffee is also another best remedy, okay, to transform them into a bad condition to a good condition, because since it is an beverage and something that people will love it, and the contents of RG and GL is not that high, and this will have very good therapeutic effect. So this also is good. Okay, that's why we always tell that coffee is the key. So start it with coffee first, and then slowly you can bring them into RG and GL. If unless they come to you directly for a health problem, start them on RG GL with the coffee. If they just come just wants to get something, start them on the coffee first, then the RG GL may go in later. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Okay, I think doctor already answered the question. Any other questions? Okay, Madam Shalati.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good
Hi,
morning.
good morning, Michelle.
I just wanted to share my own testimony.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
What happened to me and, like my brother. Um, I'm 70 plus. My brother is 2 years older than me. And anyway, when I first started, I had a lot of healing crisis. And thank God I had Dr. Firdaus to yell out to. And And I recognized it as healing crisis. Well, one of the things that I had to really battle with was, of course, the cramps in the legs, you know. I used to get terrible cramps, but because I knew Paidalajin and all that, so I used to do all those things and got over it. And also, I realized that also that you know, I was not drinking enough water, and also that you know, the timing is very important. If I found out that if I drank the coffees later in the day, I'm just unable to sleep. I'm just too energized, you know. And so I make sure that everything is done early in the morning. I do all the, you know, take all the RG and RL and everything. And I find that it's much better. So my body is able to cope with that. And now, you know, and I used to get like ulcers, like, you know, in the mouth, and I used to complain, "Ayo, what is this? The tip of my tongue is like so sore. Am I taking too much and all that?" So now I don't have all that, and I see a lot of changes, you know. And that was just, you know, all these complaints in the first week, you know. And now I'm so amazed. I'm seeing such good results because I can notice, like in my fingers, you know, my nails used to like sort of break off, and you know, they became like very thin. But now it's like so strong, and suddenly I see, oh, all my nails are growing out. They're not like breaking off anymore, you know. And I can also feel it in my teeth as well. That, you know, I used to feel soreness in the gums, and the morning, you know, like as if I'm having some bleeding gums or whatever, you know. And then I find that, you know, the teeth is like, they were beginning to feeling like loose, you know. And I was thinking, oh, what is this? I'm going to lose my teeth or what, you know? And in fact, my teeth started having gaps, you know, because they were like getting loose. So I was really in a panic. But after, you know, as I kept on taking and trying to regulate the intake of all these things, and things were changing. And now my teeth are like so firm. And you know, that gap that appeared in my teeth, I'm so amazed. It's slowly trying to close. And I see my teeth is not shaking anymore. My gums are more firm, you know. And things are changing in my body, I can see. So, and then with, of course, now with, I'm finding out a lot of new things, and plus, you know, my new discoveries on breathing and all that, that is amazing things it's doing, you know. And I think it was due to also, due to lack of proper oxygenation, you know, of the body. And so now that everything is getting like more balanced, and I'm feeling much, much better, you know. And slowly, I think, especially that's why I'm so excited about this breathing thing, because everything is like getting better. My eyesight is so clear, you know, and the hearing, and, you know, all the senses are getting sharper. And so I think it takes, because of my age too, maybe it takes a longer time for my body to sort of like react to all these things. And of course, a lot of toxins have to be, you know, removed from the body as well.
Yes, yes,
So I'm so glad that, and I've been reading a lot about Ganoderma, and I found out that it's not only detoxifying, it's also nourishing. It is, you know, and it has got so many nutrients, and I can see it working on me, and that's why I'm really, really excited. And I would say give time. And as I was saying, my brother, he took which coffee I gave him, I can't remember now, but he said, what is this? It's, you know, he was having a bit of constipation. Now it's worse, you know. And I was trying to give him the, you know, the coconut oil with the Ganoderma and all that. You know, it's getting worse. And what is this? My legs all getting itchy, and, you know, I'm feeling, you know, a lot of, you know, discomfort in my stomach and everything. No, I think this thing doesn't agree with me. Then I was, of course, disappointed, but I was thinking, and then I realized, why is his leg itchy? And I realized, because his legs all were like, getting numb because of the poor circulation and all. So now that he was taking this, it's opening up, and that is manifested as itching.
Yes.
So he doesn't want to take anymore. So it was quite a tough job, trying to explain to them. So I think it's very, very important when they're going through the healing crisis to try to figure out what it is. Sometimes their diet is very poor.
Yes.
One side they're taking Ganoderma, the other side they're walloping all the products that really plug up their system. They don't want to give up their sugar, their carbohydrates, and the harmful vegetables that has got oxalates in it. It's so good. The other people are telling, you are the only one telling broccoli is no good, spinach is no good. It's so good for Popeye. How come it's not good? Now suddenly, and they're so confused. One time coconut oil no good, now good, and so poor thing. I pity people because there's so much of misinformation and confusion. So I think we have to really try to upgrade the health literacy. People really are confused.
Yes, thank you.
Popeye listens.
Popeye, yeah, Popeye is good for Popeye. Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man. Poot, poot.
Yeah. He eats the spinach and he gets big muscles popping out, But actually it's like big rocks coming out, and they don't show Popeye when he's old.
Yeah.
When he's old, he'll be having pain in his joints. He'll become stiff like a rock. You won't be able to bend.
Maybe that's why we don't see Popeye cartoon nowadays.
Yeah.
It's already, with arthritis, I guess.
Too sick, right?
Maybe he has passed away already, The lifespan is, only 60, 70. They can't run anymore. Most of those who in my age group, I'm saying they are just walking like a snail crawling around. They can't even jump.
Yeah, correct.
They can't jump, they can't run, they can't dance, But if you look at children, what are they doing? All the time they're hopping around and jumping and jumping. Even just jumping, they are actually doing a paidalajin on the sole of their feet,
Yes.
So it's very important to be more. Mobility is very important. And now with the lockdown, everybody just become couch potatoes, lying there and watching YouTube or TV or, they don't know what to do. But we have to move around and it's all,
Okay, thank you so much. Kelly, you're sharing so many good things. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shell. Thank you,
Shell.
much. So you see,
Alright.
that's why. And another thing I wanted to highlight a little on the itchiness. You see, they tends to have a lot of this itchiness, especially for people who are newly taking Ganoderma. Sometimes it comes a little early, or sometimes comes a little late. You see, it is exactly the same when we get a wound in our hand. When the new tissues are growing, then we tends to have a little like the ends moving or some itchiness takes place. This shows that new cells are growing. So when the circulation starts to open in the vessels, in the microvascular or any of the arteries or anything, the blood starts to flow. Then the cells will get the new flow, the nutrition from the blood, and then the cells will start to replace the bad cells. The repairing starts to take place, and then the necrotic cells will start to have a better life, and you'll start to have a good cells, and that is the time you will start to have itchiness. When you have this itchiness, it's always best to take a little bit of toothpaste, our Ganoderma toothpaste, and add some guano oil, just very little both, and then also some tea tree cream. So mix all these threes into a little paste and then rub it in your hand. You can put a little water and then just stroke it in your hand around there, and that will stop itchiness. Okay, that is one way that we always ask people to do, because these things will starts to go in and give a little bit of the mental effect and all is there. Okay, and Z-Miko also is very effective. You can add Z-Miko or tea tree cream or any of these 4-5 products. You can put little and make it into a paste. This is very effective. Okay, you all can try this. So you see how well these things has been like, human system. That's why I tell you, human system is extremely powerful, and you want to talk about this, you can go on and on and on. But the beautiful part is it can rebuild back the condition. You see, that is the most beautiful part. Okay, so we must appreciate the gift from the God. A lot of people pray and this and that, but please treat your body as the best gift from the God. So take care of it like the precious, a very highly valuable item. I saw one questions in the chat board.
Someone has a kidney hole.
Yeah, kidney hole. Okay, since for the kidney hole we can give RGGL spirulina, and cordyceps powder works very well. Cordyceps work for kidney is good, for lungs is good, and also lion's mane is also good. Okay, you can just add all this together and give him, or RGGL spirulina. Okay, you see, for the kidney hole or kidney stone and everything, it's the same. Okay, your body will able to patch the hole or attend to the problem. But the only thing is, you see, most of the kidney issues is not been attended due to poor circulation, no blood flow which is sufficient, which is going to the kidney. That's why these things cannot be fixed by the body. Okay, because the arteries which is flowing to the kidney, the veins is been like shut down by atherosclerosis, and a lot of narrowing of arteries takes place, and then no proper movement, no proper water intake, been drinking carbonateds and all kind of funny stuffs, and then this is what happens to the kidney. So after a period of time, the kidney become totally useless, so it can't really function. Okay. Any more questions?
No, doctor. Anyone have any questions? Yeah.
Any sharings you all can, Dr. Puan has raised her hand, and maybe you could call her.
Dr. Puan?
Yeah, Doc, I want to ask you about this. I was reading a research paper on Porryacoccus. Yeah, Porryacoccus. And it said something like this particular product is extremely good for memory loss, Alzheimer's, epileptic cases, and also it actually helps to regenerate liver cells. So I just want to know, because I have got a client who is actually has epileptic episodes, every now and then. When I suggested RGGL earlier, he didn't want to take even lion's mane. He doesn't want to take because he says it gives him a lot of heatiness, so he refuses to take them, and he only takes what do you call it, Roselle tablets. He said that agrees with him. So today when I gave him this research, the slide, actually the presentation was done by Dr. John from Philippines, TXN Philippines. He presented that. So I just gave him this particular slide, and he was like really interested. He said, tell me more. So I asked him to attend your session, but I don't think he came today. So what do you think, giving this Porrya for his case?
Very good, very good. You see, every of the kidney renal issues, but this is something to do with body fluid. See, Porrya's purpose of a Porrya is to regulate back the water. Okay, poria, a lot of people misunderstand the concept of poria. They think it works as a diuretic, it works as a furosemide or Lasix, in medically furosemide or Lasix is something for diuretic. You rip the water off, you bring the water out. But poria doesn't work that way. Poria is actually a water regulator. Okay, you see, our upper body and lower body, our body is divided into many components and different segment. So the water has to regulate. Okay, so our water tank in our body is the lungs. Okay, so when you don't have enough movement, a lot of people now sitting in front of the TV and expect miracles to happen. Okay, they do not move that much as they used to do. And sometimes the condition of where elderly people have knee issues, have back pain issues, and which is the condition is restricting them from movement. So this kind of people, you need to put them on poria. So poria will regulate the water, and also is very powerful to take with coffee. So they should be taking coffee as well. Okay, not together, it doesn't matter. So give them poria in our mixture. So poria is very powerful, cordyceps is good, lion's mane is good, and also RGGL, spirulina, all this is good. So they can take on alternate days, or they can take it in regular basis. And also I find poria is very effective for people who have stroke. Okay, you see, we have a lot of good testimonies. We use this poria alone, during massage, when before massage and after massage, when they have a puffy face and they have a puffy eye, and we give them 2 to 3 scoops of poria powder with codipine, and after the whole lymphatic massage, the puffiness just disappear like that, because it regulates back the lymphatic vessels, so the water movements become better, and it tends to urinate, and all these things will happen and gives very good results. So poria is very good. Poria is very effective.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc.
There's no dosage, and ask him to take anything makes him happy.
Okay, any other questions? Anyone have any sharings or any questions we can ask now?
So in DXN, we have everything, we have shiitake, we have agaricus. Agaricus Brazil is something that not many companies has this, but this agaricus is very, very powerful for tumor. Okay, and this is something that people only knows about, RGGL, these two things they know, and then they know lion's mane and cordyceps, but they do not know about and nothing about shiitake mushroom, and we have agaricus mushroom, and all this is very powerful, and poria, and in future yet we going to come out with a lot of other products. This is what Dr. Lim has said, and he's working on it, in fact. So this is a very good information. So we have the best. So please use it. Use everything. Try. For every individual, the usage is different, and every one.
Doctor, you can talk about what's the benefit of the agaricus to us, doctor?
Agaricus, the protein structure in the agaricus is totally different, but all the mushroom works same. Is also when you read the write-ups, and the research papers, it all shows mostly back to back, it's close to the same function. But this agaricus especially, it's very good, and they have a lot of effect on tumor. Okay, like growth issues, anything to do with tumor, cancerous growth, or cancerous tumor, or benign tumors also is good. So what I will suggest is, you see, we have powder, we have capsules, and we also have powder and capsules. So my suggestions for everyone is, at least 1 week once you take 2 capsules of agaricus. Okay, not necessary you must take every day. Every day you can take RGGL spirulina. So you can alternate weeks, 1 week take 2 capsules of agaricus. I do that. Okay, I have agaricus, so I buy 190 capsules, and it lasts me for 2 to 3 months. Sometimes I just take 2, or sometimes I don't take, and it's like that, because we already taking the important part there. Okay, so all this is like added a little there, so at least you are getting a full spectrum. You diversify the whole range of products, and also you are getting benefit from these products. Okay, it is different, it is not the same. So it will be just nice for your budget.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Doc, one final question can I ask you?
Yes,
Because
please.
in Australia, we don't have Monescus. Yeah.
Okay.
But we have vinaigrette, that old one without the honey. So can someone actually, people with high triglyceride and bad cholesterol, can they actually take vinaigrette just without diluting, just 5 ml? Is that all right?
Okay, I would not suggest or recommend without diluting. It's better to add a little bit of water, because when I experienced when this vinegar came, first when I bought this vinegar, I came back, I opened the bottle, it's one beautiful funny smell. So, and then what I did, I was just like bottoms up like that. Crazy, right? Then I took one zip, one like 2 to 3 spoons of vinegar went into my stomach. Ooh, it was like fire is burning. Okay, then immediately I took the other things and drank water. But this is very bad for people who have gastric problem, who have stomach problem. So generally most of them have very bad stomach. So what I will suggest is take vinegar, but mix it with a little water. And if you can mix it with some enzymes like Morinzi, Codipine, so it tastes nice, it tastes very good, and also add into the salads and all.
Yes, correct.
That will be the best.
It might be a secondary intake is much more better rather than taking direct.
Yes. It tastes very, a lot of people do not like it, because it's a vinegar, it is very powerful. Even when we put in the salad, they will tend to ask, what is the funny smell,
Yes, correct.
So, but it's very powerful. Especially it works very well for heart, lungs issues, and also it goods for cholesterol issues.
High acidic person supposed to take this. High acidic person.
Yes, high acidity. The alkalinity as acidity balance you can get very good with this stuff, this vinegar.
Yeah, Doc, I was actually talking to one naturopath, I don't know, I can't remember, a few months ago, and I was just reading her blog. She wrote something about rice vinegar, red rice vinegar, and what she put in the blog, she said, if it is taken while eating a meal, it is really, really very good for for their digestion,
yes,
acid alkaline balance. Like you don't take it before, you don't take it after, but you take it as you are taking the meal. Have you read anything like that before?
Yeah.
Yes. It is true. You see, like what I normally advise those days, my patients. I give you one very simple examples. If you add too much, you over add food, in some functions or anything, something is really good, somebody force you to eat, you add too much. Also good if you can take a green apple, because this green apple is a little acidic, and a green apple is acidic. The acids, the enzymes will go in and speed up your digestion. That's one. Another remedy to cut short things is you can take chewing gum. So when you keep chewing something, especially the rubberish, stuff that you keep chewing, you tends to digest faster. So you chew it while the food is in your stomach. Okay, So, this is another technique, sometimes I use it, especially when I go somewhere that I can't avoid, being like, to eat, so I go and look for chewing gum. So keep chewing something for 30 minutes, then the food will starts to move faster. Okay, the same concept goes for these products. So when you add and integrate with the food, so it increase the digestion process. So it speeds up and it breaks the food, to more detail there.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for the
Welcome,
explanation.
doctor. Yeah. There's now Krishna Veni as raised a hand. We'll take these last two questions and then we'll close.
Yes, yes, yes. Miss Krishnaveni?
She can
Yes,
yeah.
yes, Mr. Nixon. Doctor, regarding
Yeah.
about the
Thank you.
agaricose,
Yeah.
you have told me 3 months ago regarding about the agaricose. So I
Yeah.
was started to read about it. So I found a lot of articles. It has anti-tumor properties and also it induces apoptosis. I already started to give to my mom. So when we went to see, because she had a breast lump, right? So we have measured the breast lump in the month of October. It was 8 cm. So recently when we have measured it again with the radiological images, so it reduces around 3 centimeter, and with the agaricose and also mycovita that I'm giving, and also I'm giving lion's mane and all these things. So I could able to share the paper regarding about the agaricose. We have around a lot of review papers where it also will prevent metastasis. Let's say we have a single tumor, it will prevent metastasis, stop spreading from the other sides.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it has very good anti-tumor property. You see, sometimes our body will tend to get very used to what we're taking in very regularly. So it's always good to add something in different. That's why my recommendation is, even for the healthy ones, don't wait until you get tumor to eat agaricose. So you can take like weekly 3 capsules. So it 1 capsule comes 90. So 1 week you take 3, 1 month you only take 4 times 3, 12, and then it takes for 6 months, most probably the 1 bottle. So it takes for very long, but at least that agaricose, anti-tumor property and all these agaricose details going into your system. So that's beautiful. Okay, do it in that way. Okay, unmute Shell. She wants to ask something. This will be the last question. After this, we'll close.
I think she can unmute myself, doctor.
Is it?
I already.
Shell, you may
unmute.
Hi, doctor.
Yes, Shell.
Yes, Shell.
It's the first time I'm hearing about this agaricose. It's very interesting, and this poria and all that. I thought I went through the catalog quite well. I don't recall seeing this.
Okay. I'll send you the details
Can
on
you
agaricose.
tell us a bit more? And I also just wanted to add about all these vinaigrette things. I don't think you're supposed to take them neat. And
Yes,
that's why
yes,
you had
yes.
the burning thing. They must be always diluted with water. Or if not, you can, as you said, add it to food stuff. You cannot take it neat.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Yeah. So just I think because so many of the products are also in a vinaigrette form. So
Yes.
like I bought the rambutan one.
Oh yes.
And I didn't read properly. I thought it was something like the moringi, thing. Oh my God! It was after I took it, like how I was taking, the rest, and oh my God! Then I got such a shock when I looked at the bottle and it was a vinaigrette. No?
Yes.
So that's what I just wanted to say. But can you please tell us what is this poria and all? It's also a mushroom.
It's also another different types of mushroom. It helps to regulate water.
Oh.
Poria.
It's available in what do you call it? Capsules or powder?
We have capsules. We have powder.
Oh, and this
we have in both forms.
Or what? What are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Also, oh,
It's in a capsule form. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Sir, there's so many people who are having breast cancer lah and this and that, and
Yeah, many. But the problem is when we talk to them, they feel like, as though we're going to, buy a mansion with their money,
yeah, that's the other thing. The minute we try to recommend something, they think we are after their business. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
we after their money. But that's why the blessed ones
Yeah.
only gets it,
Yeah.
So,
But I didn't know there was a specific, mushroom for, that was anti-tumor,
yeah, agaricus works very well. I will send you some details on that. Sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Then you can elaborate and get me more details. All right. Thank you.
Okay, doctor. Anything want to add it on?
Okay, no, we're going to finish. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, for the Saturday session, we're going to have the Q&A session, since we already have a lot of Q&A sessions for English, Tamil and all. So the Saturday sessions, we're going to change it to Q&A for business. Okay, for people who have difficulties on sharing products and how to explain things to people. So we're going to discuss this on Saturday. So every Saturday, it's going to be entrepreneurs Q&A session. So this is the latest update and changes. Okay, please take note, and it's going to be very interesting. You may ask a lot of questions, anything related to products, also on the technicalities of sharing. Okay, this is nothing to do and not a pure business. We are here to make people healthy. We're going to bring this platform out there to share this beautiful how to make ourselves healthy and make the others healthy. But obviously everybody needs a remuneration, everybody needs something. So this is what the remuneration package works with, all the benefits. It gives you 71% return. So isn't it good? And it's wonderful that the products become free for you. So this is what we want, and eventually after a couple of years you will start to roll on with residual income in the old age, and this is going to be very beautiful. This is what we're going to talk, and we're going to handle the aspects of technicalities of the issues there. So please keep everyone connected with this Zoom to help more people and to reach more people. So the purpose of this Zoom is to educate everyone and educate us as well. So thank you today for everybody to join us, and for all the wonderful questions. And we will see you tomorrow on the coffee day. So get your coffee. Let's talk about coffee tomorrow. So in a Q&A session, and Saturday is going to be entrepreneurs Q&A session. So, and also I'd like to thank my co-mates, my co-host, Mr. Nixon, and the rest of them. So thank you so much for the wonderful teamwork, and thank you for all the participants. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you
for everyone.
Thank you.